Oh, is it what have you done to me? As the dark energy flows from the side of me, the side of me.
Alright guys, so I want to talk about something that I've been getting a lot of questions asked from me. It's going to be about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is what a lot of people think is a diet. It's not. It's not what you eat. It's about how you're eating it. So intermittent fasting is a pattern of eating. So basically what most people do is they don't eat for 16 hours and then they eat for 8 hours. And then after that 8 hours they don't eat for another 16 and then they eat for 8. And then so on and so forth. Now it's not a continuous eating, it's just that's the window in which they eat. So let's say, for example, someone wakes up and the night before they stop eating at 8 p.m. and then they don't start eating again until 12 p.m. So from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. that's when they eat. Now, like I said, it's not continuous eating, it's just that's the time in which they eat, and then the rest of the time from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. they don't eat. Now, you can adjust it to a smaller or larger feeding window or fasting window. So some people can not eat for 20 hours and only eat for 4, and some other people, only don't eat for 12 hours, so 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So there are other options. This might not be for you, okay? This isn't for everybody, okay? It's really not. So I do it. I've had some people that I've talked to that hate it completely. Maybe they went about it the wrong way, maybe it's just not for them, but it didn't work for them, so they do their own thing. And a lot of times, females have a really hard time doing intermittent fasting. I don't know why, I don't know the science behind it, but females do have a harder time, so that is something that you might want to consider if you're a female watching this. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try it, you should definitely try it out, but I'm not going to say it's for you. Now, I will tell you the benefits of intermittent fasting. So the main benefit is you have a smaller eating window, a shorter time to eat. So in that short amount of time to eat, it's really hard to intake enough calories to gain weight or even be on your maintenance. So you're probably going to be eating less calories than your body's burning, which means you're probably going to be losing weight. Now, I'm not going to say that's exactly how it works, because somebody could have 8 hours to eat and eat a crap load of crap and end up gaining weight. But so I like to generally eat healthy in that amount of time to make sure I'm getting a lot of volume of food in, big portions of food for a little bit of calories. Another benefit is convenience. So it's convenient. So most people's day is really busy in the beginning of the day and really hectic. So, you wake up, you got to get ready for work or whatever it may be, you gotta eat this, that, and the other, and then you have to also make breakfast and eat breakfast. And when you're doing intermittent fasting, you don't have to do that. You eliminate the fact that you need to eat breakfast and make breakfast and eat it at the same time, well, around the same time of the day that you're trying to get everything ready for the day. So now you don't have that, and you can wait till later in the day when things have calmed down and you're not as busy to eat. Science has proven that intermittent fasting, during your fasting period, your insulin levels drop. So when your insulin levels drop, your body starts focusing on using the fat that you have stored up as energy. So when you're working out, doing cardio, And I'm not saying this is for everybody, but this is what science has proven has happened. You basically are burning more fat because your insulin levels are low, and that's what your body tends to use its energy from when your insulin is low, is fat. All right, another thing that has been proven is your HGH. I know some people are like, oh, steroids. No, not that kind of HGH. The human growth hormone that your body already produces when you are in a fasting period. When you start fasting, your body actually produces more of that hormone, which in turn allows you to be stronger, and which in turn might help your resistance or strength training. All right, a couple more things. One is cellular repair. It has been proven that cellular repair is multiplied during this fasting period. Now, your body is built to be able to survive. Okay, so when you're in a fasting period, your body is in survival mode because it hasn't eaten. Okay, so after a certain amount of time, your body's like, oh, I need to eat, I need to eat, I need to eat. And this has been with us since the beginning of time. And it's never gonna change. So now that your body's saying that, what happens is all of your senses, all of your energy goes into hyperdrive because your body knows that it needs to feed. So usually back in the day, what did we do when we had to feed? We had to either go hunt and gather, or we had to go kill an animal and feed. So your body goes into hyperdrive, your senses increase, your focus increases, your strength increases, because your body knows, hey, I need to feed, so let's feed. And I'm gonna give you all the extra energy you need from your fat storage to make that happen. So when you're in the gym and you're pushing a lot of weight and you're really focused when you're on your fasting period, it's because your body knows that, hey, I need to use as much energy as I can to make sure that me and you eat and survive. All right, so those are the benefits, and here are some tips from me to you on how to fast. Ease into it, people. A lot of people are like, oh, well, right away I'm gonna start a 16-hour fasting period. Yeah, you can do that. You have to have a lot of willpower. I'm not saying you don't have it, but why do that when you can ease into it? Maybe if most people fast for about 10 hours a day without knowing it. You know, they have an hour before they go to bed, an hour after they wake up, or around that time, and they 8 hours when they sleep. So that's about 10 hours. And that's an extra 6 hours you are not eating just instantly if you want to just jump into intermittent fasting. So what I would suggest is that you go from 10 hours to 11. Do that for a few days. If you feel good about it, go to 12. And then repeat that until you hit 16. And if you want to go more, you can go more. But if you just jump into it, you're going to be so hungry, you're just not going to want to do it, and you're not going to like it. And that's not really benefiting you. That's not really trying it out if you just jump straight into it. The thing is, during your fasting period, you want to drink a lot of water, but not gulping water to where it expands your stomach too much, and then your water starts getting spread throughout your body, and then all of a sudden you have an empty stomach. I would really suggest carbonated water though. Carbonated water really suppresses hunger because of carbonation. Now, like I said, don't chug it, but if you sip on carbonated water, should kind of suppress your appetite a little bit. Coffee, the caffeine in coffee really helps with suppressing your appetite while you're fasting, even when you're not fasting. So, you know, if you're hungry and you're like, hey, I need, you know, maybe you get a little energy in you, drink some coffee. Same thing with green tea. Green tea's same kind of suppressant. Stay busy, guys. Stay busy. During your fasting period, stay busy. If you're gonna choose a fasting period that you're not busy during the day in, you're gonna be bored, and boredom brings about hunger. So be as busy as you can during your fasting period. Choose a fasting period where you're the most busiest. So, well, I like to do it during the beginning of the day because I'm busy from 5:30 a.m. all the way to about 1 p.m. And that's when I choose to have my fasting period. And because I go to, you know, I stop at 8 p.m. and then I wake up the next day and boom, 5:30 to 1 p.m. I'm busy. All right, so when you do enter your feeding period, I would highly suggest a high protein meal. So get a lot of proteins into the meal, you know, a little bit of carbs, a little bit of fats if you want to. It could be straight protein. I'm not unless you're drinking ISO Pure, I don't know what it is, just straight protein. But yeah, have a higher protein meal to start. All right, so if you're on a deficit, you can fast whether you're on a surplus or deficit. It benefits in both places. But if you're on a deficit, make sure you're eating mostly healthy foods during your fast or during your eating period, because you don't want to overdo it and be like, oh, I was hungry all day, so now I'm just gonna gorge myself with, chocolate and alcohol and this and that and the other, and go overboard during your fasting period, or during your eating period, because in your fasting period was really a waste of time. All right, guys, so that's my little take on intermittent fasting, what it is, the benefits of it, how to go about it. And guys, don't knock it till you try it, all right? And you guys aren't being like, I'm not gonna starve myself for 16 hours. You're not starving for 16 hours as long as you do it in the right way, as long as you apply certain things. And you gotta find out what works for you too. Don't just that, oh, well, what worked for him didn't work for me. So what I in particularly do, I'm gonna tell you guys how I go about my fasting and eating periods real quick, as best as I can. So I wake up, I start sipping on carbonated water. The carbonated water from Walmart brand, and the Great Value brand. And it has a little flavor in it, no calories. And I sip on that until it's gone. It's about 33 ounces of water. It's this one right here. It's called Clear American. So we got like mandarin orange, we got cherry limeade. There's like 20 flavors, and most of them are pretty good. I didn't like the orange creamsicle, little hint, but yeah, it's pretty good. So once I'm done with one of those, I start sipping on some black coffee. Now my black coffee does have stevia in it, because stevia is a natural sweetener and it doesn't increase your appetite, and it has 0 calories. So that's what I do. I sip on that. I sip on that till about right before I work out, and then I actually break my fast a little early, but not where it's gonna really affect my fast, okay? So at 11:30, during my lunch hour, right before my lunch hour, at about 11:15, I started drinking some pre-workout. 11:30, I hit the gym. I'm busy in the gym. I don't really think about eating, so that's when I like to break my fast, is right before the gym. 1 o'clock, sometimes 2 o'clock, sometimes I can wait till 2 is when I break my fast. Okay, and I break my fast usually with a protein shake with 450 grams of strawberries and 3 scoops of whey protein, 100% whey protein. So I have a high protein meal, and that's how I usually go about my meals. And after that, I eat whatever my wife makes for dinner, because she doesn't need to suffer when it comes to what I need to eat, and she doesn't need to work around it. So she goes and makes sure that I know the macros for my meal that she gives me, and I calculate that, and usually I have a good amount of macros for the end of the day still, and that's when I fit everything else into meeting my macros. And it's not too bad, and I stop eating around 8, sometimes 8:30 at the latest, and that's it. I mean, every day is just like that. So it's been working out really well. I've been doing it since I've started this deficit. This deficit, I've lost 25 pounds almost, and it's been about 10 weeks, so I'm not too upset about it. It's pretty good. Don't knock it till you try, guys. That's intermittent fasting. That's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I really enjoy making these videos for you guys, so there you go. Love you, bye. Alright guys, so that was my real first cinematic edit in the beginning of the video. Go ahead and let me know what you think about it in the comments down below, and don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Goodbye.